Hello and welcome to my channel, You Are The One, where we talk all things law of assumption to help make your manifesting journey easier and more fun. And today we are talking about what to do when reality just gets so far out of control that you're like, what the hell is going on? And I want to share with you a personal story of how this happened to me recently and what I did when I found myself in that wonderful moment. So stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie. I'm a qualified life coach and author specializing in the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality. So if you want to change any part of your reality, then you have to change the story first. And if you want to create the most amazing reality, it helps to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that's where these teachings can help. And that's why I am here. I want to help you to tell the most amazing stories that you can possibly imagine for yourself. If you would like support with this, I am available for Law of Assumption coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, and I'm on Instagram. You'll find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, today we are talking about what to do when reality gets just out of control and you're left wondering what the hell is going on. And I just want to say, I know it looks like I'm in my bathrobe. This was a beautiful robe I bought in Bali, and I was just going through my wardrobe as to what I can wear because I've just worn my clothes to death in these videos. And I was like, oh my God, I've never worn this thing. And it's like a beautiful robe I bought in Bali, and I've just never worn it. So anyway, I thought I'll wear it here. Anyway, beside the point, today I wanted to share with you a very recent experience where my reality just like got so far out of control and I was like, whoa, I can't actually even stay in this reality. I had to remove myself, but there was a period of time where I wasn't able to remove myself. So I wanted to share with you what I did so that if you find yourself in this position, you can do the same thing if that works for you. As you know, I'm working with these teachings. I'm working with myself moment to moment, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, lifetime to lifetime. And this is an ongoing process for me of awakening to who I am and remembering who I am and coming out of this amnesia and forgetting that reality is not happening to me, it's happening because of me, based on the stories and the assumptions that I'm holding in consciousness is what's getting projected out. And sometimes those stories and those assumptions aren't awesome. I know, shock horror, but it is true, they're not always great. And lately I've just been feeling my thoughts and assumptions just getting away from me a little bit, and it's been fine, nothing wrong or no problems or anything, but I've just been aware that I just haven't felt the juice for things. I think the key that I realized lately is that I have spent so much of my life reaching out into reality, reaching for things, reaching for people, reaching for experiences, reaching for something outside of myself. And since coming into these teachings, it's just brought me home, and I just want to be at home, and that place is with myself. And that place is quiet and it's peaceful and it's beautiful and it's spiritual and it's a lot quieter to the life that I have been living up to this point, where it was just a lot of running around and just searching for stuff and searching for someone and something and just like that needing to get something from reality. I don't have it anymore. I have a lot less of it. The reason that I was sharing that is that my friend asked me, my good friend who's probably watching this video, hi Aggie, she invited me to a movie opening and I was like, oh gosh, wow, that would be fun. I haven't been to something like that in a really long time, and I'd love to see her. So I went along, and I just am not used to these kind of environments anymore. It was like a sensory overload. There was a lot of people, there was really loud music, there was a lot of lights, there was just a lot going on that I'm just sensitive to it these days more than ever. So we found a little spot and I was just chatting to her, and that was great. That was absolutely the highlight. So we go into the movie theater, and because there'd been a bit of a mix up with the tickets, our seats were right down front. You know, like the cinema screen is so massive and I'm already feeling a bit overloaded on a sensory level. I'm just like looking at the screen just going, oh my God, like, and also I'd heard that it was like a 2.5 hour movie. And then the row behind, there was a group of young people and they were obviously smashed and being super rowdy, super loud. And you know, before the movie, that's fine, whatever. But then as the movie gets started, they just keep chatting and laughing. And also there was too many people for the seats. So they decided, or one of them decided to sit on the floor right behind my chair, which meant there's no room. So they're just kicking the chair and they're moving around. So anyway, I was in this situation. I was in this reality. And then the movie started, and this movie, I'm not kidding, I'm not going to say the name of it, but it was so full on and out of control and crazy. And because we were in the front row and it was sort of like right above, it was so out of control. So I'm law of assumptioning, nothing's working. I'm I-aming on the people behind me, nothing's working. So then of course I'm turning around going, guys, you all need to chill. Everyone's trying to watch the movie. So I'm like that person. And I'm like, okay, I've lost it. I've lost my reality. I'm out of control. There was no law of assumptioning in this moment. So I want to share with you what I did. I know it's taken me a while to get here, but what I did when I realized that my consciousness was out of control. I was out of control with my awareness and there was no getting it back. So what I did in that moment, I sat back in my chair, I closed my eyes, and I brought all of my attention in onto my breath. And I breathed and I pushed my energy down into my power center, the center around the solar plexus. And I just held my attention there and I breathed into there and I just focused on my breath. And it felt like what I was doing was, you know, those party streamers that is like, they kind of hang around the walls, like the roof. It felt like what I was doing was I was pulling in all the streamers, all of my attention from all of these sensory stimulants. I just pulled all of these streamers back in. I pulled everything back in and I just came back to me and I just like held myself in that moment. People were kicking the chair behind me, the movie's coming at me. And I just stopped all of the law of assumption stuff. I stopped what was going on in my mind because it felt like my mind had lost control. And I was just like, I couldn't get a handle on anything and nothing that I was doing was working. So I stopped thinking, and that's why I brought the energy down out of my head, because it was like I was too in my head. So I just want to suggest that when you find yourself in a reality, in a moment which is proving to be overwhelming, it's too much and there's nowhere to go. It's like you're stuck in this reality that is just so overwhelming. Bring yourself back to your breath, bring your attention inwards, and then move that energy down to your solar plexus, because that's like your power center. And sometimes what I do in those moments is then I push that energy out, because that then creates space, especially if I'm walking through a crowd. This is a nice little trick for you. If you're walking through a crowd and it's all like people are like walking all in front of you, what you do is you bring your attention in and push your energy down, and you push your energy out from your solar plexus, and that crowd will part. Without a doubt. It's like the seas just open up and there's just like a pathway forward. And I've done that a lot. So that's what I did in this movie theater. And then when it was okay, because I was sort of felt like I was stuck in that reality for a little while, and then I just said to my girlfriend, are you okay if I leave? Like, I'm going to have to leave because this is just proving too much. She was super cool. She was awesome. So I left, I went back to my car, came home, had a cuddle with my dog and went to bed. And that's the other point I want to make with this sort of stuff. We have been given a gift for the task of being consciousness in physical form. We have been given a 24-hour cycle, and each cycle we get to leave this body. We get to be free of it. We get to be free of this reality, and we get to sleep. Sleep is the great reset. Sleep is that ability to kind of just cancel out and just be like, all right, that was that. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow being just another reality, another moment in 3D. That sleep is the great reset. You get to reset your reality by going to sleep. And I was so grateful to go to sleep, because I was like, oh my God, that was just so out of control. And what that's done for me today, I woke up this morning and I felt refreshed. I felt renewed. I felt rejuvenated. I felt a little bit guilty for leaving my friend, but she was super cool. She understood, which was awesome, because she's also practicing law of assumption. And she could see that I was, you know, I'd lost control of my reality. But that breath is key. When you find yourself in a reality it's too much, it means you've lost control of consciousness. Now, if you've lost control of consciousness, that's not the time to be trying to wrestling it back. Bring yourself out of your head, out of your mind, out of the stories. Forget law of assumption. Bring yourself back to breath. Breath is key, and then push that energy down to your energy center, your solar plexus, and then just like hold yourself there. Hold yourself and just like stay there. Be with yourself and just trust that the moment will pass. And when you can exit that reality, then exit that reality and just know that you get to sleep, and sleep is the great reset. And then you get to show up again and we just start again. And that's the beauty of each day. We get to start again. So yeah, I hope that helps. Please remember, as always, you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you, assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you, and for me too. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.